Hello, my name's Mr Piers. Are you ready, kids? Let's do some reading. Let's read The Way Back Home. The Way Back Home. Written and illustrated by Oliver Jeffers. Who wrote the book? Who drew the pictures? Once there was a boy. And one day, as he was putting his things back in the cupboard, he found an aeroplane. He didn't remember leaving it in there, but he thought he'd take it out for a go right away. The plane lifted off the ground and up into the sky, higher and higher and higher. Where do you think the boy is going in his airplane? Let's find out. Suddenly the plane spluttered. It had run out of petrol. Now the boy was stuck on the moon. What was he to do? He was all alone and afraid, and soon his torch began to go out. Up in space, someone else was in trouble too. His engine had broken down, and steering the ship towards a flicker of light, he landed on the moon with a bump. Are there really monsters near the boy and the Martian? Who can the boy really hear in the dark? Who can the Martian really hear in the dark? That's right, of course there are no monsters really. The boy and the Martian can just hear each other. Both the boy and the Martian could hear noises in the dark, and both feared the worst. But as their eyes got used to the dark, they both realized they'd met someone else in trouble. They weren't alone anymore. The boy showed the Martian his empty petrol tank, and the Martian showed the boy his broken engine. Together they thought of ways to fix their machines and how to get them both back home. The boy jumped down to earth to get the things they would need, right down into the sea, and swam towards home. But by the time he got there, the boy was tired out, so he sat in his favourite chair just to catch his breath. His favourite program was just starting and he settled down to watch. Is the boy doing the right thing? What should he be doing? Yes, that's right. He should be helping his Martian friend. Suddenly he remembered what he should be doing and rushed off to the cupboard to get what he needed. He ran outside and shouted, but there was no reply. He couldn't be heard. The boy climbed to higher ground, called again and waited. This time a rope was lowered. The boy began to climb and the Martian began to pull, and soon the boy was back on the moon. The boy fixed up the Martian's engine with the right spanner, and the Martian filled the boy's petrol tank. They said goodbye and thanked each other for their help. They wondered if they'd ever meet again. After a long night, they were both finally off the moon. The boy went one way and the Martian went another, both on their way back home. Hello? Hello? Do you think the Martian and the boy will ever see each other again? Did you like that story? Can you remember all the characters? Can you remember what happened in the story? Why don't you go and tell someone all about the book we just read? Maybe you could tell your mum or your dad or your brother or your sister. See you next time.